Here in New Zealand is this magical place called HOBBIT. I thought I needed an accessory. We have the design. Maybe I can figure out how to make it where you can change it from a crossbody to a backpack. I created a drawstring. We have the adjustable top. Go to part 3 to see me turn this into a hobbit hole. Now I have to put on the little hobbit hole details. I did want to crochet the door, but the only yarn I have is a lime green, and I do have this embroidery floss in 3 different greens. I don't know if this will be enough. For reference, this little gingerbread bookmark guy took up pretty much a whole one of these. So if I pretend to fasten it into a circle and compare, I don't think that'll be big enough. So I might join them together. I think that would be cool. It would add dimension. It's not gonna look exactly like Bilbo's Hobbit house, but it's inspiration. It's not direct copy paste. So I think I'm going to add all 3 of these together to make like a bigger strand, and then hopefully that turns out fine. Let me show you what I plan on doing. I'll just line them up like this. Magic circle is gonna be interesting. They're all 3 lined up. I don't know what size hook I will need. I don't remember what I was using for those bookmarks, but let's try 3.5 millimeter. I have not crocheted with one of these in a while. I did with this bookmark, but I mostly crochet plushies with blanket yarn, so I usually use bigger hooks like size 5 or 6. I used to do, what's the word? Why am I blanking on what this is called? Like the worsted weight yarn. I didn't start with chenille and blanket yarn, so I do have experience working with smaller hook sizes, but it's just been a while and it really tires out your hands fast. We're attempting the magic ring. Oh, this is complicated because like I'm trying to, there's too many strands. No, I missed one. We have the ground set, the base set, foundation. I don't know what words I'm trying to use. Okay, 1, 2. I think it would have been cool to use a variegated yarn for the top since it's supposed to be like grass, but I didn't. So I like that I can add dimension this way. All right, the moment of truth. Yes, it worked. Let me find my stitch marker again. This is not the stitch marker I had, but it's exactly where I placed it, so hopefully I didn't lose it. I found my new hyperfixation bunnies. I've been seeing so many people have pet bunnies and I'm like, I want one. I've wanted one ever since I was a kid. I grew up with bunnies a couple of times, but it was different. We didn't have them for very long, and I feel like we didn't really take the proper care for them. We didn't realize how much energy that bunnies had and how much, what is it called? They need to play and use their brains. I can't think of the words I'm trying to describe. Like stimulate their brains. That's not the word either, but I really want a bunny. And if I had a bunny, I would have it be like free roam of the house instead of just in a little cage, because bunnies, they need more than just a tiny little cage. They need to roam around, they have energy, they need to be able to run, and they need to play and get exercise and all the things. So I would definitely take better care of them. I want 2 bunnies. I already know what I want to name them, and I already know what I want them to look like. I mean, obviously I cannot always, like for sure know. I don't know when I would actually be able to get a bunny, but I've been doing research. I actually did research on them when I was maybe in middle school or early high school. I had a notebook that I made all about rabbits and how to take care of them, their behaviors, their habitats, their food, their everything. And I still have that notebook somewhere, so maybe I'll use it as a reference. But I just really love research. That's what I like about my second channel, is that I'm able to do more researched topics. This channel is based on crochet and crafts and things like that. But my other channel is more focused on biblical content, theology, living for Jesus. So if you're interested in that, that's what that's about. But I just love researching the Bible. It's one of my special interests. It can be for everyone, but I know not everyone is interested in that. So I think it's nice to have a separate channel because I like channels that I know I can just go for like comfort, crochet along. And I don't want to hide my faith because like it's gonna come through and everything. Even if I have a separate channel that's more centered on faith-based content, it's still gonna come through here because that's part of my identity. It's my main identity as a child of God. For God so loved the world, he gave his only son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. If you confess with your mouth that Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. And that is what my whole life is based on. So that's gonna shine through. Ooh, this is really pretty. That's what we have going so far. And I feel like if this was like a piece of wood, it would have some different textures and things going on too. So that can kind of mimic that, some nature inspired things into this project. I'm gonna continue on with this and then update you when it's finished. I finished the door and decided to add a brown border to make like the door frame. It reminds me of a kiwi a little bit. But I did give it a little bit of a stretch because it was kind of doming a little bit. I know this is what blocking is for. Is that what it's called, blocking? But I don't really know how I would do that. I don't ever block things. I make them amigurumi. That little thing is loose. Maybe I can fix it when I sew it down. I don't like how these colors go together, but I think it's fine. And let me see if I can find my little buttons. At the last market I ended at, they had handmade buttons for 50 cents. So I got, oh, this would tie in with the roof a lot better. I got this button as the doorknob. It is kind of big, but I think it's fine. I was thinking about making it where you could open and close the door, but I forgot to make a spot for that. I don't think I'm gonna make windows. That's kind of a lot for right now. But I'm gonna sew the button onto the door and then the door onto the back. And I'll be back. Here's the button and now I get to sew it onto the bag. Here it is with the door. I think it looks nice, but these need to be shorter. It blocks the door, which is the main part of the bag. The main feature that I want to display. Should I just try tucking in? I don't know. I already tried that and it didn't go so well. I mean, like that it's fine. So, it looks nice. I still don't really like this combo of like, this is misty green, and these greens. I feel like these are more warm shades and brighter shades, and this is a more like muted, maybe cooler tone. I don't know, but I also liked how there's like more golden yellowy greens that tie in with the doorknob. I think that looks nice. But the more I look at it, the better I like it. But I think it's really cool. And I'm not gonna add the windows, but I think you still get the idea of what it is. I also like how the door frame is a little bit raised from the rest of it. And I did that by just embroidering around the green and not the brown. So this is the final result. I decided against adding the compartment because I'm going to have my water bottle in it, so that would be a little tight of a squeeze, but maybe in the future if I decide to do this again. Oh, I almost forgot the most important test. We have to see what can fit in here. So like I said, water bottle. And my phone has, I think I have the iPhone 14 and it has this wallet case on it, so phone. I don't know where my little keys went, but I'll put a scrunchie and a hand sanitizer in there to replace them. And then let's see if the wallet fits too. It all fits. I hope it's not too heavy though. and the little top. Hold on, let's tuck this part in. It does weigh it down quite a bit, but I think I'm just going to tie a knot in the top if I choose to wear it as a crossbody, like this, and then convert it back into a backpack. I don't have to do this every time I put stuff in there, but I just had it as a purse to show Hayden. But it is pretty quick if you want to just switch. And it's nice. And since there's more stuff in there, I feel like it's not going to fall off. Yeah, here's the final. This is such an awkward way to show it. The final result. Stay tuned to see me wearing it in Hobbiton. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see more crochet content from me. I really want to start getting more into clothing and accessories. I do still plan on doing amigurumi for markets and things, but I do want to make some personal items for myself as well. So if that interests you, make sure to subscribe and stay creative.